The divisional round is over. Let's wrap it up for the divisional round. Unlike the regular season, one loss, that happens. But when you're in the playoffs, one loss and you're out, baby. That's it. Say great job, Texans.
Great job, Texans.
Great job, Ravens.
Great job, Ravens.
Great job, Lions. Great job, Rams.
Great job, Rams.
Now, the Lions were the #1 seed. They were the kings of the NFC. They had home field advantage. They had everything they wanted, Dan Campbell said in his press conference. Everything they wanted. Kings of the NFC North. Kings of the entire NFC. They got a bye week. They got to play at home in the divisional round. They got to skip the wild card round. And all they had to do was beat the Commanders to make it to the conference championship. And they lost. Because anything can happen. Remember how we talked about in the regular season when Jared Goff had 5 interceptions, yet they still won the game? There was 5 turnovers by the Lions. But this time they couldn't pull out with a W. Sometimes you can do a lot of things wrong and still come out with a win. But sometimes it doesn't always work for you that way. You have to fix those small mistakes, and those small mistakes cost them big. What happens next? The Buffalo Bills just came from hosting a wild card game, hosting the divisional round. The Baltimore Ravens had to travel to Buffalo. But now, the Buffalo Bills face the Kansas City Chiefs. Who gets home field advantage?
Chiefs!
So now the Buffalo Bills will have to travel to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are heading into their 7th straight AFC Championship game. Their 7th straight. With the NFC, because the Lions were knocked off, and they were #1. Let's say the Lions had won and the Commanders had lost. Let's just talk about this. The Philadelphia Eagles would then have had to travel to Detroit. Why? Because the Lions were the higher seed. But now with the Lions off, who is the higher seed?
The Eagles.
So now, all of a sudden, the Eagles get home field advantage. Now that the Lions lost, the Philadelphia Eagles get a home game. And that is massive. That is huge for the city of Philadelphia. The Washington Commanders will go and play the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. Now, nobody expected this matchup. And let me tell you, these games were pretty close. The Rams were this close to winning. The Ravens were this close to winning.
Only Mark Andrews made me lost. That's sad.
Yeah, you know what? Lamar Jackson didn't stand up there and say, it was all Mark Andrews' fault. Because you know what? All of them made mistakes. So those mistakes add up. Did Mark Andrews' mistake cost them the game at the end? Yes, it did. But also, Lamar Jackson fumbled the ball. I'm thinking he wished he got that back. So when you make a lot of mistakes, it all adds up. It's not just one player that loses a game for you, okay? Throughout the entire regular season, we talked about the NFC and we talked about the NFC North. How good the Lions were, how good the Vikings were, how good those Packers were. We thought the NFC North was going to dominate the playoffs. And I want you to take a look at something. The Commanders are in the NFC East. The Eagles are in the NFC East. It's a divisional matchup, a divisional rivalry. These two teams have already played each other twice this year. Jaden Daniels looked hot against the Lions. Jaden Daniels was slinging it. Whoever wins on the NFC and whoever wins on the AFC. Now in the Super Bowl, is there a home field advantage? No. Where's the Super Bowl this year? Right. There was one year that Tom Brady, when he won the Super Bowl with the Bucs, the Super Bowl was in Tampa Bay that year. It was pretty cool. Yeah, throw me the ball. Give me the ball. I know that you think that with 2 games left, that this bracket that you're going to do next is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let me tell you something. This is not going to be easy to predict. These 2 teams, every single time in the playoffs that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have seen each other, Patrick Mahomes has won. So for 3 years, Josh Allen has had to face the music, has had his Super Bowl dreams shot because of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Is this the year that Josh Allen says and the Buffalo Bills say no more? Or will Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs show them why they're the Chiefs? Show them why they've beaten them every time? It's going to be hard. The Commanders and Jaden Daniels. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles, division rivals. They know each other well. They play each other twice a year, every year. And now they're matched up in the NFC Championship. This is the first time the Commanders have been to the NFC Championship since 1991, 2 years before I was born. Will Jaden Daniels, the rookie, take down Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown? Will they do it? Anything can happen in life. Well, every single person, probably besides their fans, counted the Washington Commanders out and said they couldn't do it. Every single analyst, except one, Max Crosby, who's on the Raiders, was like, I'm going for the Commanders. They're going to win. Everybody else said the Lions. They knew that nobody believed in them. They knew that everybody doubted them. They knew nobody thought they could win, but that didn't stop them. I don't care that you don't think I can do it. I'm going to show you that I can do it. That's exactly what the Commanders did. Imagine how good it feels, right? They didn't care that nobody believed in them. They went out and did it, and they proved it. And that's what we have to do in life. When people don't believe in you, you can't let other people's noise and what other people say about you make you who you are. Go out and do it anyways. You have to do that. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You have to believe in you. And they believed in them. When the world is telling you you can't, show them why you can.